With only 2 games to make an impression in the rookie tournament, the Ottawa Senators took their chance and made a big one, 8-2, beating Montreal in their first game. They head to their second game with confidence against the Toronto Maple Leafs. They lost out of Queen's University. Kevin Bailie will lay down the law first for the Ottawa Senators.
Well, he let in a couple of goals last night in the 8-2 victory for his club over the Montreal Canadiens. And he's a Belleville native, played for Oshawa and London in the OHL, and as you said, the last 4 years at the Queen's University. And he's here trying to earn a spot in his hometown for the Sens Farm Club in the American Hockey League. The other end of the ice, we're going to go to the Toronto Maple Leafs. Ian Scott, who had a bit of a rough outing. He gave up 4 goals in the third period the other night in that 5-2 loss to the Montreal Canadiens. And the 4th round pick, 110th overall in this past draft, plays for the Prince Albert Raiders of the Western Hockey League. And 12-31 last year, and certainly not the kind of numbers he would have liked, but not a very good club in front of him. Hopefully that'll be different for him this year.
Pucks drop. Let's get at some hockey. Here's Timothy Liljegren. Going to dump it back out of the zone at center ice. Picked up, and Moore right away is sent to the ground after he tries to penetrate in, and again he is put to the ice. This time by Brown.
Well, Christian Jaros with the big hit on Moore, and I know that talking with Randy White, the assistant general manager of the Ottawa Senators, he is very pleased with Jaros' 5th round pick back in 2015. He's a kid from Slovakia. He played in the Swedish Hockey League last year, and he hurt some people because he's a big open ice hitter, and he shows it right there first shift as he lays out Trevor Moore of the Toronto Maple Leafs.
Back up and through the neutral zone. Nielsen trying to hold off Jack Rodewald. Nielsen puts it up right onto a stick and off, and it's kept in. Murray puts it on goal, and Scott sends it out of play.
Well, and Ian Scott fields the puck for the first time on that wrist shot from the blue line by the Ottawa Senators. And, you know, you go back to the development camp in July, and he had some issues there where they had a couple scrimmages, and I believe he gave up 5 goals in each of the 2 scrimmages, and looked a little bit shaky in the third period the other night against the Montreal Canadiens. So this is an opportunity for him to get his game on track, and I hope that happens for the kid.
Nice little pass by Dmytro Timashov, who spent many games here with the Toronto Marlies at Ricoh Coliseum. As that pass comes back up to the blue line, Pikanich finds Timashov again, a little backhander, reels it in and puts it back to the blue line, but nobody home. Matnick hangs onto it here. Pikanich looks for an outlet and finds it. Back down the right side. Gordeev out front, shot right on, and a great goal by Zirkles as he comes up with another one in the tournament.
Well, Martin Dirkels, who scored one of the 2 goals for the Toronto Maple Leafs in the game on Friday evening, makes no mistake on the putback here. And the Leafs showing some spunk as they come to the net, and Gordeev goes to his backhand side, wheels around the defense, and takes the puck to the net. Bailie makes the initial save, but the rebound comes out to his left, and it's picked up rather quickly by Martin Dirkels, and he makes no mistake of tucking it past the Ottawa goaltender, and the Toronto Maple Leafs with a quick lead here. It's 1-0 in favor of the Maple Leafs.
Yeah, it scored on first the other night, and have come out here with some intent to have a little bit more structure in their game and play to each other's strengths. Lajoie.
Well, the Toronto Maple Leafs coach in this one is the Marlies head coach Sheldon Keefe, and you know, he said to me that he hopes that they can string some passes together. They need to loosen up a little bit. They seemed very tight the other night on Friday evening. They couldn't seem to make more than 1 pass in a row together. So string some passes together, get going, and play the way you're capable of here. And he feels much better that this club is going to show a much stronger game here this afternoon.
Well, and not everything is riding on these 2 games necessarily. So you can relax just a little bit as that puck gets nearly through to the goaltender, reaching back. Bailie up top scores. Dermott and McGregor combine, and the Leafs swarm inside the offensive zone, and McGregor comes away with the goal.
Well, a big goal for the Toronto Maple Leafs as they make it 2-0 that quickly. And as you said, they got the first goal of a hockey game the other night, or gave up one early against the Montreal Canadiens and came back. But here they get the first goal earlier on, and now they just get the puck to the goal. It hits the body in front, it then hits the chest protector, I believe, of the goaltender Bailie. But it's all important, get pucks through, and that's exactly what happens. I believe Dermott with the wrist shot gets through, and then it's McGregor who stays on top of it as he just, you know, bears down and really just forges ahead, and Ryan McGregor chips it over top of the goaltender for the Ottawa Senators, Kevin Bailie, and it's a 2-0 lead in favor of the Toronto Maple Leafs in this one, as you've got the Senators on their heels rather quickly.
Slice of credit there too to Pospisil, who was causing a little bit of havoc out front. Back up along the near side, Jean Dupuis. As Jeremy Bracco gives a touch. A lot of people having an eye on Jeremy Bracco. Moore puts a hit back as he looks to play a physical game too. At the line, just tickles the blue line and then decides to walk its way out. Moore captures the puck and looks for an outlet, and finally, after a little bit of muscle, gets it to Bracco. He sends it cross ice. Kolkoski's going to get an assist on that as well. Bracco finds a whole lot of Murray right in his grill, and Bracco turns around and decides to dump it in.
Jeremy Bracco tries to, you know, make a little chip pass, and he gets taken to the boards pretty heavily, as you said, by the defenseman on that play, Jordan Murray.
Picked up and cleared. McGregor getting some time on the PK. Everybody's going to get a chance here. You see some of these guys that pick a role and are able to really accomplish it. Koski plays it back. McGregor goes after it one more time. Keeps it down deep. Suter turns around and looks up ice with it. Works it back across the red line, but doesn't get much farther than that. Lajoie comes back.
McGregor doing a good job.
Left to make something happen offensively, and they're a long way away, the Senators are. Here they come, though. Lajoie across the line, tries to cut right through the middle of four Leafs. Finds himself in the corner, but sends it back up high in the slot. The shot goes wide. Into the corner, Brown. Rodewald sends it back to the line. Lajoie trying to look for an opening. We're back to 5-on-5 as Pikanich puts it out into center ice. Right back as the Leafs try to get in a quick change. Little backhander by Rodewald finds some metal. Out front it goes. That shot into the glass as the Senators pressing here with Rodewald and Brown from behind the goal. Grundstrom picks it up with a backhanded pass and then gets it straight back. Timashov was upended. There's the shot, and Bailie was nearly fooled by the man coming in on his stick side, but he did pick it up in the glove, the shot from Grundstrom.
Oh, the Maple Leafs kill off the Ottawa power play, and then they come back the other way, and Carl Grundstrom just trying to throw a puck at the goal, but it hits off one of the Ottawa Senators defenders' legs and changes directions. It almost fools the goaltender Kevin Bailie, but he grabs a hold of it, and we'll have a face-off to the left of the Ottawa netminder.
Chlapik out. Off the draw, Dermott with a quick shot. Stopped by Bailie. Rolls around behind the goal. Battle fork commences along the near boards, and Chlapik is able to find an outlet. Dermott upends his man, and the crowd liked it.
Well, Travis Dermott, little hip check right there. As you know, we've seen that out of him a few times last year, and actually got penalized last year with one of the finest hip checks I've seen in a long time, where he caught the guy right on the thigh, and he got called for a clipping infraction. But that one there, again, to perfection as he gets down and comes back up and upends the Ottawa Senators player. And we're going to have a face-off out in the neutral zone as the Toronto Maple Leafs offside on the play, or the Sens guilty of icing the puck. And we'll have a face-off to the right of the goaltender, Kevin Bailie of the Ottawa Senators.
Chlapik in for the trip, and now down into the corner, the dig for it. So they try to pull it out of the Zamboni tunnel. As the Leafs work on the power play. Here's Liljegren. Fakes the shot, gets down low, out front, up top, scores! Moore, Marchment, Liljegren, and Moore picks up a goal here for the Leafs.
Well, Trevor Moore, 13 goals last year in 57 games in the American Hockey League. He didn't play Friday night, but he gets involved here in the first period. A power play opportunity for the Maple Leafs. Liljegren gets the puck. He's going to put it up. He's going to get it at the top, and then he's going to walk down, fakes the shot, then he passes to Marchment, then the one-time pass right on into the slot area for Trevor Moore out of the top of the blue paint. And this is good work and good movement by the body, but then also the puck. And Liljegren to Marchment to Moore in a hurry, and it's in the back of the net past the Ottawa goaltender, Kevin Bailie. And the Toronto Maple Leafs on a power play tally make it a 3-0 hockey game.
Senators trying to come straight back at it. Well, we've seen Trevor Moore over the course of last season. But boy, he showed a quick stick there to adjust. Boy, he had his eye on Liljegren the whole way. That shot right on Scott. He turns it around. As Moore just watched Liljegren with the puck the whole way, had his stick on the ice, and then tic-tac-toe. McGregor. Ricoh trying to get a hold of it. Pospisil had a mind there to get over to Gordy, but he was heading off. Pospisil decided just to hang on to it and see if he could get his chance elsewhere. Here comes Bracco with the elsewhere. The move back inside doesn't get very far. Back across the line and down deep into the Leaf zone. Round behind the goal, it does not go. And Moore turns around. He's tripped up a little bit, tries to scramble back to his feet, follows the play up, gathers up the puck, and comes back across the blue line. Here's Bracco, throws it toward the goal, off the blocker of Bailie. Liljegren gets it back again. He chops that one over to the far side. Comes back out into center, and now Liljegren puts it on the Bracco's stick one more time. Down into the corner, Bracco out front looking for a little bit of help. Dupuis had that slide by him.
Well, Jeremy Bracco, very creative and a terrific passer. He just misses the attempt there as he looks to find Dermott, or actually Timashov, coming down from the slot area. And one of those opportunities, he doesn't miss that pass too often.
Lifted back into center, a little swipe at it by Perron. And the giveaway. Here's Timashov. Turns around on the half wall. Little help coming in from Duquette, but it was Lajoie who broke up the play. And in center, Timashov, and the crowd gets an ooh and an ah. They thought some terrific collision was about to take place. Grundstrom and Timashov out of the corner, kept in. Here's Grundstrom, quick at it. Leafs try to move it down the wall, but it's just softly lifted out by the Senators. They're going to take a good chance here to trade in some fresh bodies. Lifted right back into their zone. The Leafs do the same thing. Gordy hanging on to the zone. Gurkles gets back after it. Off the glass and out. Nielsen comes back for it. The skittering puck. He leaves it behind. It's picked up back out front. Shot right on. Scott covers that up, and the rebound too. The Maple Leafs have come out with some intent here this afternoon in the final game of the rookie tournament. Trevor Moore started it off. We'll be back.
In round number 2 and game number 7 last year, and looking to continue to build up his cred as he continues to develop young players for this Maple Leaf organization. I think he does a great job as his staff leaves no stones unturned when it comes to trying to have these kids prepared each and every day.
All you do is look at the track record of the players that have gone up. Well, he's been here offside the call.
without question.
You just look at what he has helped contribute. He and his staff have helped contribute to the Toronto Maple Leafs, and it's just impressive. It's an impressive resume as an AHL coach.
Yeah, no question. I mean, the American Hockey League is all about development and getting players from the American Hockey League out of junior hockey or out of college and jumping them or getting them to play for your NHL hockey club. And you look at the Marlies a couple of years ago that went to the conference finals. 6 or 7 players made their National Hockey League debuts last year and were outstanding players in Toronto, and I'm sure that's going to continue along here as we're going to get some kids who are going to get some looks this year throughout the course of the season, who've developed so far, even last year in a Travis Dermott.
Karostalev, what a play as he gets to the goal and then found himself a seat. But boy, he made some nice moves to get to that doorstep. Lifted back into center. Little shot in the hand pass is enough as Kelly got his arms up, and Dermott takes a little bit of exception to it and has a word or two.
Well, Nikita Karostalev gets a great opportunity and he just loses his footing. He tries to go up and around the defenseman, and the defenseman scrambles. Christian Jaros sort of makes himself as big as possible and just makes Karostalev lose possession of the puck and not get the opportunity he would have liked. Otherwise, it would have been a 4-0 advantage for the Toronto Maple Leafs. But Karostalev, last year, 29 goals in the American Hockey League, and certainly knows how to find the back of the net.
Along the near side, Lajoie. Englund kicks it up, looking for a little help. Matteo takes it away, and Duquette on the backhand puts it to the line, but not out. Lajoie looks in, takes the shot, turned away. Scott with some steady play. Here's Lajoie again with a shot. It glances off the goaltender one more time. Back up at the line, it finds its way past Dow and all the way back to the other end. Evan Bailie, a rough start, but the Leafs have come out with a whole lot of focus in this one. As Danielle said off the top of the show, 80-minute practice and a good chance to get to know each other at a TFC game. There's a long shot that finds the glass. Out front, pops up. There's another shot. It goes off a stick and into the glass one more time. Moore wanted to step away with it. At the line, it's kept in. Coming in to capture it was Bracco as he tried to get it back to Moore, who made the play at the blue line. Jean Dupuis quick after it. Up through the middle, tapped away, and the Senators haven't spent much time in the Maple Leaf zone. But here they come. Dumped down into the corner. Jack Rodewald after it. Dermott turns around. Nice little play to get it to Liljegren. Perron. Some experience here as he goes for a bit of a breather and looks for a little bit of room to set up in front of him.
Yeah, well, Francis Perron certainly looking to, improve upon his first year as a pro. The year before was, MVP of the Quebec Major Junior Hockey League, 108 points. And then last year as a first-year pro in Binghamton in the American Hockey League, 6 goals, 26 points. Certainly much more expected out of him, and I'm sure he expects that out of himself more than anybody.
Well, tough too. That was a team that didn't do very well in the American Hockey League last year. They've moved to Belleville now, waiting inside of the goal, round behind, looking for an opening. Pikanich plays it back as Martin Thurkels loses a stick on the play. But his stick does the job. So Lajoie has to come around and cover it up.
Yeah, we spoke of that, is that this Belleville Senators club will start the season with a 9-game road trip. So tough going or sledding out the gate, and you hope that you get off to a good start, because you can dig yourself a pretty good hole if you come out of that not looking too good. And The Yardman Arena in Belleville is undergoing a major renovation, and from everybody that I've spoke to within the Sens organization, it's going to be an absolutely wonderful facility, especially the training facility and the dressing rooms for both clubs. But the fans in Belleville have been very receptive. 2,100 season tickets they've got to date. Wow. It's only seats, I think, 4,500. So I think it's going to be a lot of fun for the players and certainly the fans looking forward to some American Hockey League action in their city.
Looking forward to going. Belleville's a great town. Englund. All the way back down the ice. Scott plays it off to Nielsen, who I'm not sure he quite expected that to get to him as sharply as it did. It skitters its way back. Englund picks it up. Right out front of the goaltender, he had Timashov right there. Nielsen will come back again to look for a little bit of help. Timashov over skates, but here come the Leafs, 3 wide, and a chance ahead, and the shot goes just wide. Not a full shot either by Grundstrom, but he picks it up anyway, back out of the corner, turning around Marchment. Gets some heavy pressure. Tried to get it back. It wasn't loose quite yet. Now it's lifted all the way back down the ice. A long pass there, looking for a first down, I guess. Not much time left in this opening period. The Leafs have done what they had hoped to do, no doubt. They have 3 goals on the board, but they have done a good job of puck possession. That one looked like it went straight out, and the players try to sell it. The officials will meet about it.
I think we're going to see a penalty on this one. I don't think that hit anything, but they're having a discussion right now, and got the 4 officials now coming together to see if the puck was off a Toronto player or off of someone else's stick. But nonetheless, they haven't made a call on the play, and where's the faceoff going to be is...
Well, I think the question is, who gets it out? And like they were trying to figure out who was the player, perhaps, that sent that one over the glass.
Yeah, it was definitely, I think, Ottawa, a white jersey, who flipped the puck and it went up and over the glass.
I'll take a look here.
They're going to get the opportunity there, and that's Trevor Moore. But down on the ice on one knee was the Ottawa Senator defender, and I believe he flipped that up and over the glass, so maybe they catch a bit of a break.
They're going to get Gagne.
With 1:06. Oh, no, he's in the box.
It wasn't Gagne, but Gagne's going.
Gabriel Gagne to the penalty box, and it's going to be up and over. It was the right call that they got it where he backhanded the puck and it went up and over the glass. So the Toronto Maple Leafs with a 3-0 lead and 1:06 to go in period number 1 will get their second power play opportunity, and they made short work on the first one to capitalize to make the 3-0 lead on the power play goal.
That one's offside. I'll have to bring it back out. I thought it was Lajoie, but Gagne's the one who goes, and everybody getting a first taste of hockey, including the officials, including everybody, including you and us as well. Here's Bracco. Off the wall, comes back out front. Moore just couldn't get the shot away as Jaros takes it away and now races away. Happy enough to send it the rest of the way and go to the bench. Liljegren on the power play, leaves this one back, and then Bracco follows it up to Rostelev. Back over to Liljegren, reaches for it, sends it hard into the corner. Back to the boards. Liljegren quickly moves it. Turns around, gathers it in, finds Bracco, looking for Rostelev. It got by him. Here's Liljegren again. Sharp pass. Bracco down low. Out front it comes. Moore on the step. Couldn't ring the doorbell. Back down the ice it goes. Time's going to run out here.
Puck possession for the Toronto Maple Leafs on their power play, but can't capitalize as the time runs out. And when we come back after the first period, 54 seconds on the power play, starting period number 2. But the Toronto Maple Leafs with an impressive first period, and they have a 3-0 lead. And certainly Sheldon Keefe would like what he's seen so far for the first 20 minutes of play.
Certainly a change from what he saw in the first period, and definitely the third period from Friday night. This team is going in the right direction. 3-0 is the score as the Leafs lead the Senators in the final game of the rookie tournament from right here at Ricoh Coliseum. Trevor Moore, and he connected on a nice goal with Timothy Liljegren in the first period.
Well, moving the puck quickly on the power play is critical, and they did just that, and it results in a goal and extended their lead to 3-0. And as you say, they're looking for more here as the second period gets underway.
Speaking of Moore, here's Liljegren, and Moore takes a spot out front. Liljegren lost it. Moore came in to help out, got caught up with the official and took it to the goal. And at the side of the goal, it's covered up by Bailie.
Well, Bailie only faced 10 shots in the first period, and he gave up 3 goals, so he wants to try and rectify that here in the second period as the Maple Leafs trying to, continue on their power play. Trevor Moore trying to pull that puck from down below the goal line. He loses the handle, and the goaltender using his blocking glove where he lets the stick go and then puts his hand on top of the puck to get the whistle.
Bailie was awfully good for Queens last year in the playoffs. Here's Timashov. Deep out of the corner. Setting up. He's got Bobelev out front. Nielsen up high. Rolls back up high and then finds Pospisil, and the shot misfires for Bobelev. Back down the ice it finds itself with time expiring on the power play, and Gagne coming back out. Here's Nielsen. Cross ice. Skating to it. Pospisil ran into some trouble and down he goes. No call on that play, and back the other way it comes. Gagne fresh out of the box. Hard shot. It's turned away by Scott.
Gabriel Gagne with a pair of goals in last night's victory over the Montreal Canadiens, looking for more there as he tries to go below the blocker and above the pad of Ian Scott. But Scott fights that one off to keep the Senators off the board.
Liljegren. To Grundstrom, and he has trouble with it. Dermott tries to keep it in. It comes all the way back, and Liljegren looking to escape here. Finds an outlet in Dermott. Travis Dermott ahead, but it'll get by Moore, and this one will end up for icing. Now Trevor Moore out of the University of Denver. He came on last year, started out and just continued to improve and improve and improve throughout the season.
Well, you're right, and he left college after 3 years. He had back-to-back 44-point seasons at the University of Denver, and he decides to turn pro, and his Denver Pioneers go on and win the NCAA championship this past year. So all his buddies with the opportunity to celebrate a championship. But you're right. I really thought that as the season continued on, he's talking with Danielle Emmanuel after period number 1. He talked about building on his confidence, because that's something that makes you that much better of a player. And I think that's what happened with him last year. Is Sheldon Keefe gave him some confidence, gave him an opportunity to play up in the lineup, and he made the most of it. And I think that really turned his season around and gave him the confidence to continue to be that much better player in the second half of the year.
And he's a student of it too. He's always trying to absorb, always trying to gather in what can help and what can help in the team situation. Back off the boards, it comes back up high. Beaudoin sends it across, and a hard shot from the far side as Beaudoin keeps it in at the blue line. It's knocked down, however. Gordy back along to McGregor. Out front, he was looking cross. What good vision. Koski was there, but the defense of the Senators was better.
Yeah, Jordan Murray reads the play well as the left shot defenseman comes back, gets his stick in the lane, and deflects the puck to safety, not allowing it to get to the Toronto Maple Leaf player who was bearing down on the goal.
Prostalev. Nielsen was patrolling in the slot. He got it off the foot. And he keeps it in as McGregor goes after it. A couple of changes being made by the Leafs, and at the line they bring it back out. And the whistle goes to blow it dead.
And again, a good stick by the defenseman Jordan Murray, who gets his stick in there to prevent the Maple Leafs from maybe putting another tally on the board.
McGregor ends up in the box, and it is a Senators power play as Perron takes the shot. A hooking call to McGregor as it comes back across the line. Rodewald plays it up high. Lajoie looking for a pass. Perron picks it up, drifts down the boards, sends it down to the corner out front. Rodewald just couldn't get that shot either off quick enough or back to the man he needed it to. Leafs pick it up and clear it out.
You know, the Ottawa Senators were 0 for 1 on their power play in period number 1, so this is their second opportunity, looking to see if they can get on the board finally here in this one.
Perron tried to bring it across. Jaros was offside. They have to come back and think about it one more time. Here's Perron trying to find his man. That doesn't work out again as Martin Durkel's right there. Here's Lajoie now. They finally gained the zone. Back over. Perron looks in, winds up, steps away, looks over one time. Hard shot followed up and cleared away as Scott comes up with a couple of good saves and gets help from his D in the process.
Well, Jaros gets that first opportunity on the one-timer, and fighting it off is Ian Scott into the chest area, and then the rebound on the putback. I believe it's Gabriel Gagne with that opportunity, and he gets stopped again by Scott on that one, so he's looking much sharper in this contest for the Toronto Maple Leafs.
How fast can you adjust? And Scott certainly looks like he's done just that in this game. Here's Gagne out front. Boy, he got across the crease quick. He didn't have to deal with the shot, and it was a good-looking pass that came from the near side.
Well, Cody Donaghey all by himself there, and he
just
came out of the box. So back-to-back power play opportunities for the Ottawa Senators as they'll get their third power play opportunity, including their second consecutively here, and looking to see if they can finally get on the score sheet here. It's a 3-0 lead in favor of the Toronto Maple Leafs. 14:45 to play here in period number 2.
Liljegren looking for it. They get some space right away at the line. Chlapik looks inside of the goal, right on. Trying to keep it out is Scott, and he gets the job done. And then a spear on Dermott after the play, right in front of the official, completely missed.
Well, Parker Kelly with a golden opportunity, and the Camrose, Alberta native, gets a nice pass from Chlapik from the half wall down low, and he walks it towards the goal. A little give and go between Chlapik and the defense, and then it's down low to number 45, Parker Kelly, and the Prince Albert Raider, who had 21 goals last year, looking to see if he can get the Sens on the board, but he can't get it past the Toronto goaltender, Ian Scott.
Lifted back out. A couple of good chances there for the Senators. Here's Chlapik. Big one time, but it goes off of Dermott. Drops behind the goal. Back up high it comes to get a little separation. Lots of time to work with here. Senators, Lajoie sends it over the far side through the slot. Dupuis in the middle of it, but he couldn't capture it. Back high to the line. Lajoie. Chlapik looks in, lets one go. Nice little wrister. And Scott turns it away.
Well, Scott comes out to the top of the blue paint, gets in that butterfly position. He gets a piece of that and goes out the other side, and they clear the puck down the ice.
Trying to get it back out front. Chlapik still out there. That one goes off a stick and all the way back down the ice as the Senators don't do themselves a favor there. Got lots of time to work with still. A little over 40 seconds. Donaghey plays it along. And The whistle is going to take it all the way back.
Going to be an icing call, and Donaghey with the pass looking for Francis Perron at the offensive blue line, and Perron doesn't see the puck coming, so charged with icing are the Senators, so the faceoff comes all the way back into their own zone. So still a power play, but just 38 seconds to go here at the faceoff in the defensive zone for the Senators as they're looking to see if they can get on the board with their third power play here of the hockey game.
They venture out with 30 seconds in their pocket. Donaghey can't get it across here, and now it ends up on the stick of Koski briefly. Perron through the middle and across the blue line. Jack Rodewald searching for it, but it is found by Nielsen, and it is cleared by Nielsen.
Well, having the power play quarterback in Thomas Chabot, the 18th overall pick back last night in that 8-2 victory for the Senators over the Montreal Canadiens. So he's not participating in the hockey game today, but they could use him out there on the power play as he's
Grundstrom with a great move, but it ends up in the glove from his backhand. The boy showed there that he's got a little bit of razzle and the dazzle.
Well, I really like what I've seen from Carl Grundstrom. Friday evening's contest, you noticed him a lot. He got involved. He ends up with the goal on the tip in off the Jeremy Bracco shot in the second period. And here in period number 2, getting his feet moving and taking it to the goal and trying to provide some more offense for the Toronto Maple Leafs. But Bailie coming up with a good glove save off that backhand shot by Carl Grundstrom.
Up along into center ice. The Senators chase it down as Dowd gets it. He's got some speed, but he's got to find a partner, and he could not do that. Puck does find its way to goal, however. It's put down by the blocker of Scott. Kept in on a dive there by the Senators, and Duquette couldn't get it right back to anybody he needed to. There's Erkamps with it. Far side, Lajoie with a shot, a bouncer to the side of the goal, but harmlessly bounces away. Erkamps looks in again, and that one went through a lot of traffic and found the pads. Back along the near side. Leafs can't quite get it out here. The Senators still pressing, turning around. Finally picked up and will indeed find its way out. Pikanich took his time, made sure he could get his mates a good change in here. Got that to happen, and now Lajoie misplays the puck. Bracco right back in. Moore moves it back. Liljegren behind the play, but had the puck lifted. Moore quick back. Pops in behind the goal. Suter trying to move it, sends it down into the corner, and Jaros goes after it. Bracco with the shovel digging it out. Liljegren too. Back to the blue line. Comes right back. Liljegren looks up and he's going to hand that one over to Dermott. Bracco inches his way down along the near boards, and he's squished along the boards. This one drops back into the Leafs zone on a long way away. But the whistle goes, and now Nielsen is all tangled up here.
Well,
Kelly on the other side.
Blade was Kelly, and Parker Kelly trying to, delay and wait for that puck to enter the zone before he comes across, but that doesn't happen. And then Andrew Nielsen showing a bit of bite in his game as he gives a little forearm shiver to Parker Kelly, but cooler heads prevail, and I don't believe we're going to see any penalties on this, as we'll have a face-off as the puck will come all the way back into the center of the zone, as that's where the pass originated from, inside the zone on the offside call.
Waiting for the drop, Mason Marchment. We talked about his impact and what he brought to that Friday night game as he keeps up with some of the more Marley-esque players. Timashov on his wing. Grundstrom, who played in the playoffs last year with the Toronto Marlies and made quite an impact, literally and figuratively.
Well, 3 goals in 6 games. and you know, don't play any games in the regular season in the American Hockey League, and you jump into the playoffs and you become almost a dominant type player, says a lot about your character and willingness to do whatever it takes to try and fit into a new group. And boy, did he ever do that.
Bouncer as Timashov shows the escapability he did. Here's Grundstrom back across the line, looks in, takes a shot, sends it high into the glass. Chlapik. Back along for Timashov. Good vision to see what might be coming in Grundstrom. He couldn't get there quick enough. Grundstrom battles his way to the puck, and here comes Timashov as well. Murray turns around out of the corner. Grundstrom falls into an odd little category there where he may not play in the American Hockey League. We'll talk about that. And the Toronto Maple Leafs trying to pick up their win. Montreal Canadiens got a win. The Ottawa Senators got a win. And Gordeev got a hit right there. And now the Leafs are looking for a win. Here's Pospisil. Bringing it in, shoots. What a move on the toe drag. And he got the shot away, but the goaltender was better.
Well, a terrific opportunity right there for the Toronto Maple Leafs. And Christian Pospisil does an excellent job of moving his feet, and then it's like baiting the defenseman. He's going to hold it out, and then it's going to be the little curl and drag play as he comes in across the line, and then the little curl back. And the goaltender, you see him looking behind him as Christian Pospisil trying to go between the pads of the goaltender, Kevin Bailie, but it goes out the other side. As the Toronto Maple Leafs lead 3-0 here in this one. It looks like we're going to have a goaltender change in the Ottawa end, as Kevin Bailie is going to be out and Marcus Hogberg is going to take over. And
same for the Leafs. They're going to change out their goaltending as well.
Well, and Ian Scott faced 18 shots, 18 saves, and a very much improved performance for that youngster, as he gave up 4 goals in the third period against the Montreal Canadiens, and came in here this evening and needed to really perform much better, and he did just that. I like what I saw from the youngster, and that's going to give him a little boost as he heads into the main training camp come this week. And that's a good thing, but taking over for him, he's going to be Kazimir Kaskisuo, who I thought played very well against the Montreal Canadiens on Friday night. He gave up the first goal of the hockey game, but then ended up with 14 saves on. Certainly made a mark last year by what he did in the 6 games in the regular season, and then during the Calder Cup playoffs for the Toronto Marlies, he was very good.
Well, he had to step in after Garrett Sparks was injured, and boy, in that, you can't ask a guy any more than what they ask of him. They all get a good look. The big dogs in the booth taking a look at what they hope will be the future for a lot of these players, and they hope to see a lot more of them as they develop. That shot, as Kaskisuo is tested right off the hop. We always talk about the American Hockey League, and you've got to grow players for the organization, but in a lot of ways it's about creating value for yourself just in hockey in general. If you can create value for yourself, you become valuable to the organization, regardless of if you ever pull on their sweater. You want to pull on an NHL sweater.
Yeah, you're right about that. And after being signed by the Maple Leafs after his couple of years at the University of Minnesota Duluth.
Dupuis couldn't clean it up. There goes Kaskisuo. We got a penalty coming up.
Well, Dupuis has a golden opportunity to make it a 4-0 hockey game, but the puck was bouncing a little bit and it squirts over top of his stick, and he doesn't get the opportunity he would have liked. After Moore's shot was deflected, the puck is one of those ones where your eyes get big as saucers because you think you got the easy tap in behind the goaltender who just entered the game cold, but Dupuis can't make good. But the Toronto Maple Leafs will head to the power play again here for their third time in the hockey game. They're 1 for 2 so far in this 3-0 advantage for Toronto. They're looking to make it a 4-0 game.
Rodewald gets the tripping call. Former Toronto Marley Jack Rodewald as Bobilev comes back across the line. Grundstrom leaves it back. Nielsen looks cross ice and he finds Timashov. Too sharply for Timashov as it comes back. Bobilev will have to chase this one. Quick after it though, Pospisil as puts it to some open ice. Tries to get it back. Now a race for it again, but it's played up the boards and it scrambles its way back out. Nielsen there to collect it. Here comes Pospisil, looks in, cross ice pass, up high it comes. Nielsen can get the shot away. Here's Andrew Nielsen back over. Pospisil hangs on, waits, tried to drag it in past Beaudoin, but he got down and got that ankle out. Pospisil back across the line. They're going to have to clear the zone. It's offside. The Senators are able to clear it out anyway. Here's Moore. Nice pass from behind the goal out front. Marchment with a chance. Boy, he took a shot there in the chops for his troubles, but he was down low. Here's Karostelev again, and a chance by Bracco, and got down on his knee to take that shot.
Well, two pretty good opportunities for the Maple Leafs. First off the stick of Mason Marchment, and then the Leafs in transition. The puck comes out of the zone, but then right back in they go. And the second opportunity by Jeremy Bracco, and the goaltender who just came into the game, Marcus Hogberg, busy right from the hop as he steps off the bench, and he's
out front. Moore
in the frying pan into the fire.
Boy, Trevor Moore just tried to sneak that one in. Didn't want to put a lot on it, just wanted to redirect it. Rodewald puts it right back as we're back to 5-on-5. Lajoie in there. It's back up to the line. Donaghey takes a shot on a second chance, but Kaskisuo saw it the whole way. Gordeev ends up in a bit of a push and shove.
Well, Kaskisuo does a good job of, finding this puck. There's a little bit of traffic out in front of him, and Donaghey elects to shoot the puck because he sees that traffic. But Kaskisuo gets it and squeezes it for the whistle, and a little extracurricular after the whistle is gone by Gordeev out to the side of Kaskisuo, but we'll have a face-off in the Toronto zone to the left of the Maple Leafs goaltender, Kazimir Kaskisuo.
Gabriel Gagne trying to inject a little life into his side too for the Senators. Round behind the goal, Pikanich looks up, going for a spill there. Take advantage and bring it back into the Leaf zone, but not for long. Long for McGregor, who's got a goal in this one. Lajoie works it back out of the corner. As the Senators try to get themselves their second win, which would take home the hardware, set up the parade, get yourself a rookie tournament ring. I don't know if they do any of that, but
highly unlikely.
Yeah, no. The parade might consist of going from the locker room to the bus.
Things have changed in the game, that's for sure. I mean, look at after the first game between Montreal and Toronto, they shook hands after the game. I was a little shocked with that.
Yeah. Old school tournament stuff, I guess. Here's Gordeev. Grundstrom. Round behind. As it comes back out. Now here's a chance. 2-on-1. Rodewald works in. Glove side. Far side. And they have a tough time getting that one any speed in it.
Well, Rodewald and Perron go on the 2-on-1, but Rodewald puts the puck on the wrong side as Perron the left shot, and the puck comes to the right side. And if he was a right-hand shot, would have been the perfect opportunity for a one-timer, but Perron the other side, so they come up totally empty. They don't even get an opportunity at the goaltender.
Well, with 3:52 remaining in the second period, Sheldon Keefe always looking for that full 60 minutes from his hockey team. I don't know if that's an elusive goal that every coach chases.
Well, Kurt
but
Kleinendorf, the head coach of the Ottawa Senators here, but the Binghamton Senators, he said the same thing today when I spoke to him before the game. He said, I thought we had a great effort last night. Montreal didn't seem to have much. I don't know what to expect here today, whether we're going to have some fatigue or whether we're going to have some good jump, because we feel good about the way we played. And I would say it's the fatigue factor more so than the good energy, because a 3-0 advantage here for Toronto. It certainly could be more than that.
puck ends up down in the corner. 8-2 was the final in Ottawa's first game against Montreal. Topping, working it down out of the corner. We've got a battle going out front here. Travis Dermott has his man down. Bit of a UFC ground and pound going on there for a moment, but
yeah, well, you know what? I like to see that from Travis Dermott, and I believe it's number 73, Bobby Dow. And it's one of those things where he's trying to get position out in front of the Toronto goal, and Travis Dermott saying, hey, this is my territory, and I'm going to make you fight to try and get in here. And Dermott puts him down, as you said, and he added a couple of exclamation points to it, and I like to see that from young Travis Dermott. And he's, you know, he comes into training camp, and, you know, he's a second-round pick from a couple years ago. He played his first year pro last year in the American Hockey League, and I thought that the second half of the season, the playoffs, he was outstanding. And he is front and center on the radar as far as knocking on the door for an opportunity to jump to the National Hockey League. And he's a strong kid, and he's got lots of terrific attributes to his game. He showed another one of them right there with that strength, battling in front of the goal.
he and Andrew Nielsen both with the fresh haircuts to start the season as well. I think Uncle Rich took him to the barber and got it done right. Rich Clune. Back behind the goal, pops out front, and that one off into the corner, and then Koski plays it away. Down the right side, Jaros sends it into the corner. Rassinen looking to find the handle on it. Senators still moving it here. Turn around on, couldn't get the shot away. Brown, the path to the goal, but not so, says Kashkatsuo.
Now Logan Brown, who scored a beauty goal in the third period against Mike McNiven last night, going short side, top shelf over the blocker. He's going to get this puck here, and he's going to try to go short side over the catching glove of Kazimir Kaskasuo, but he reads the play perfectly and makes sure that he's in real good position to come up with the save and not allow a second opportunity for Logan Brown.
Timothy Liljegren with Grundstrom trying to get across the blue, almost looked offside, not called that way. Grundstrom looking to get that puck back after it was lifted from him, and Gagne works down the boards. He's got help back up high in Lajoie, but he's going to hang on to himself, and a bouncer, tricky one. Kaskasuo plays away. Senators doing a pretty good job here 4-on-4 of hanging on to the puck. Trying to generate a little bit of offense here in the dying moments of the second period. Just a minute and a half left. Timashov and Grundstrom, but offside. 13 seconds left in the 4-on-4.
You talked about 4-on-4 action. It's all about puck control, and the Senators do a good job of hanging on the puck to try and work it around, try and create some offense. But positionally, the Toronto Maple Leafs seem to do a good job defensively and come up with that loose puck, but they can't quite execute getting in over the line without going offside. So we'll continue again from that face-off in the neutral zone.
Back across the blue line. Shot high into the glass. We're back to 5-on-5 as Dermott joins in, and Dow goes to the bench. Moore picks it up for the Leafs. Plays it along. Dermott captures the puck. A nice move, and he takes a shot right on. Turned away. Back out of the corner looking for it. Moore from behind the goal. Sets up, runs out of a little bit of time, but he uses the space to Gordeev, and it's knocked down. Looks like on the high stick, but it comes back out of the zone, and Gordeev will get back after it. Under a minute to play. Second period. Here comes Gordeev. Plays it along. Moore wanted to get the touch. Didn't matter. He got over to the bench. Now here comes the Senator attack. Batherson. Kelly with a shot right on. It glances off of Kaskisuo. They can't get it back out front. Boy, some pressure here from the 4-on-4 onward from the Ottawa Senators. Lifted back out in the neutral territory. Goes across the blue line. Erkamps tries to get it back out front. Got caught up with the official. Under 10 seconds to play. Second period. Nielsen comes out. Lays a bit of a head shot as Bobelev takes it, but he caught Pikanich out front. After 40 minutes of play, it remains as it did after 20 minutes of play. 3-0. Bob, your thoughts about the middle 20?
Well, both teams still continue to battle back and forth, and the goaltenders coming up with good saves at both ends of the ice. But I'm going to say it was a pretty even period, but the Toronto Maple Leafs with that 3-0 lead sort of, I think, just trying to continue to make sure they play kitty bar the door defensively and hang on to that lead. And if they get a chance to pounce on the Ottawa Senators to get that next one, we'll see what transpires in the last 20 minutes of play.
Well, the goaltending change going well as well. And the hits just keep on coming too. Third period in 20.
Day, which will be the first exhibition game, and then the Tuesday at the Air Canada Centre. So only 3 days of camp under their belts, and they'll get right into the preseason. And before you know it, the regular season will be upon us.
Hockey underway here in the third period. Jeremy Bracco chips it down the boards. Hard after it. Moore trying to find it. Brown did. Formenton sends it down, and Nielsen has it roll over his shoulder. Gagne plays it back up high. Looking for a piece of it, Rassinen. He had a penalty coming up here, offside there. Tangling up is Brown, and then falling awkwardly after the play.
Well, the initial penalty is going to the Toronto Maple Leafs.
It is. I wonder if they're going to.
Are we going to have any more tacked on? We're going to wait and see. As it's Logan Brown down on the ice, and you've got number 72, Jean Dupuis, trying to get involved with Brown. And it's actually
Rassinen was the original call.
Rassinen, who's going to go to the box in the original penalty down in the defensive zone, and it's an elbowing call. And Brown gets a roughing call, and I think Dupuis also. So those will cancel each other out. So the power play will go to the Ottawa Senators, as the initial call on Rassinen for the elbow will go up on the board. So with the Toronto Maple Leafs here in the first minute of period number 3 and a 3-0 lead, they are going to be forced to kill off another power play opportunity for the Ottawa Senators as they look to get on the board.
Off the draw, comes back, stick lost right away, and they want a call. Dermott wants a call, and he's going to get a call. Slashing that evens it up. Boy, there's a 4-second power play that if they were keeping season-long stats, those are the ones you hate.
Yeah, there's no question about that. You win a face-off in the offensive zone, and it's going to be Francis Perron who slashes the stick of Travis Dermott out of his hands to nullify the power play just 4 seconds in. So we'll go to 4-on-4 action here. And the Senators, who trail 3-0, really would have liked to have that power play opportunity to see if they can get on the board to gain some momentum in this hockey game.
Well, the Senators actually look real positive on their last 4-on-4, the only one in the hockey game. They actually took a jump on it in the second period. See what they can do to try and get back in this hockey game. Timashov working the puck here for the Maple Leafs as it gets by everybody. Kaskisuo comes out, moves it quickly. Dermott plays it around behind. Liljegren looking for it. The search will continue. Erkamps sends it down along the near board. Chlapik trying to find it. Grundstrom reaches for it. Here's Erkamps, winds up, doesn't take a shot, plays it back over, cutting back in on the backhand. Kaskisuo tracks it down.
Well, a nice opportunity there for the Senators as Drake Batherson gets the opportunity, fakes the shot, then goes to the backhand, looking to go up and over top of that catching glove of Kazimir Kaskisuo, but he's up to the task.
Senators again, this time a chance that goes wide. Lifted back out by the Maple Leafs. The 4-on-4 play of the Senators, they get that open ice. They have excelled at it.
Yeah, they had some good looks in the second period, as you said, with that first 4-on-4 of the hockey game, and now again here, Batherson with a real nice opportunity. Then Chlapik there looking for that big shot in the slot, but he missed the goal.
Back across the line. Looking back through the slot. It got by everybody. And they got a whistle as the net comes off. Just 9 seconds left in the penalty. And then it will be a 4-second power play for the Leafs. Jeremy Bracco was driven into the net.
Well, when your puck is going the other way and your opposition is pushing you towards the goal, you make sure you take the opportunity to dislodge the goal so you don't get caught down deep out of the play, and Bracco does exactly that as we'll get a face-off out in the neutral zone.
Well, one of the other newbies that not in this tournament, Adam Brooks, as he and Bracco much talked about. Brooks battling mono over the course of the summer, and they just want to.
Yeah, and you know what? He's one kid I want to see him in camp to see what he's all about. You know, he was drafted, last year in 2016, 4th-round pick as a 20-year-old, and you know, his last 2 years he played junior hockey in Regina. 250 points in his last 2 seasons. He had 120 points 2 years ago, won the Western Hockey League scoring title. Last year he finished second in the league in scoring, 130 points. So 250 points in the last 2 years, and I expect that he's going to want the opportunity to maybe work with a guy like Jeremy Bracco this year coming up and really have a breakout season as a pro in the American Hockey League at 21 years of age.
Well, it's not going to be a lock. Not that it isn't a lock necessarily, but it is hard to find your depth here on an incredibly deep forward team. The Marlies have a lot of talent and a lot of folks that can get the job done, that have proven that they can do it. But Brooks is a centerman across the line.
Well, and that's the one position within this Maple Leaf organization that they need to continue to stockpile players for their depth.
Long shot. Liljegren turns around. Gennaro gets a hold of it and sends it hard to the goal. Kaskisuo plays it away with the blocker. Rostelev back onto the stick. Koski looks for a way out. Leads it ahead. McGregor thought he might just step in behind. Comes right back. Here's Dow. This is a pretty freewheeling period so far. And we're not 5 minutes into it just yet. Here's Rassinen. In tight, but sticking across out front. Here come the Senators. 4-on-2 back the other way, trying to even it up. Here's a chance, a bouncer in towards goal, loose puck out front, and it is picked up by Pospisil.
Yeah, Kaskisuo makes the save, but then he can't find the rebound as it gets away from him, but he makes sure that puck doesn't squirt by, and he gets a couple of teammates to finally clear the puck out. The Sens continue, and they get that loose puck. And Englund with that shot from the blue line, and it gets redirected out in the high slot. And with 14:50 to play, the Ottawa Senators are on the board. It's now a 3-1 hockey game. And just like that, you get some momentum on your side. And, you know, Kaskisuo, I was just saying, where he lost control of the puck, and they finally clear it to the corner, but the Senators stay on top of it. They come up with the loose puck. Englund with the shot, and you see the redirection out in the high slot. And I believe it was number 72 maybe in Thomas. Redirected that one to get the Sens on the board.
Little life here in a wide open third period. Formenton is out there as well. Long pass as it's tipped. Grundstrom goes hard after it. Little dig, far boards. Comes back as Suter plays it along to Perron. Steps back in. After it, Marchment.
Grundstrom on a good back check there as he strips the puck from Francis Perron. He thought he was going to get an opportunity to take the puck to the goal. And I like the fact that Grundstrom puts his head down and digs, and he comes back to strip Perron of that puck. So good defensive posture there by the kid. Carl Grundstrom, the 19-year-old Swedish product, showing that he's not just a one-trick pony of playing offensively. He can do the job defensively as well.
He's got a good personality for the game when he puts the skates on and gets out on the ice as well. This one picked up for icing. Englund indeed is credited with the goal. Changed direction, but
well, it sounded like you heard maybe it was two sticks sort of banging together to make that noise, but it was like the noise of a deflection, but maybe it was just two sticks. But Englund, unless it hit a Maple Leaf stick and got by Kaskisuo, but nonetheless, the Senators are on the board. It's a 3-1 game, and Englund was credited with the goal. So the Senators aren't going to go away quietly, as they're going to dig in here and see if they can come up with some more.
Well, that's a prime example of, you know, sometimes you will say, oh, a goaltender wants that one back, and people will say they want everyone back. That's one that Kaskisuo knows there's not much he could have done anything about. It's, you know, there's some you want back, and some you just know that, well, that's going to find its way in. Here's Zirkles. Along Dermott, couldn't get to it. This one at the side of the goal, Kaskisuo covers up. Now Liljegren.
Opportunity again. This time it's Parker Kelly with the chance, but this is a play where the Maple Leafs have possession and they're trying to put the puck in behind their own goal, but it hits the official's skate. It bounces right to Parker Kelly, and he gets the opportunity to try and slip it past the goaltender, Kazimir Kaskisuo, and you see right there, the puck was trying to go around behind the goal to Dermott, I believe, on the other side, but it hits the official's skate, and almost a real favorable bounce for the Ottawa Senators, but Kaskisuo comes up with a good save.
All the way down the ice, Koski goes after it and challenges the goaltender Hogberg on it. Puck comes loose, pulled down to the ice. Koski, penalty on the play, and the Leafs will go to the power play.
Well, and this is one too where you don't like to see penalties like this when the puck is nowhere near the player and Koski trying to skate away to try and jump on a puck, and
Matteo Gennaro just grabs a hold of
the stick, so he gets a holding the stick penalty. And now an opportunity for the Maple Leafs with a 3-1 lead with 12:49 to go. Head to the power play for the fourth time in the game. They're 1 for 3 so far, looking to see if they can get that 3-goal advantage back.
Didn't look like Liljegren kept that in, and in fact he did not. They'll bring that back across the line and do it again with just 3 ticks off the power play. Mason Marchment taking the draw. Tried to kick it with the foot. In fact, it ends up back with the Leafs on the effort. Moore, Bracco, Rostelev. Back onto the stick of Liljegren and across the line. Down deep. Back up high to Bracco at the blue line. Gives it back to Liljegren. Looks in, takes a shot. And that looked destined for the stick side in a short space. But a piece was found. Marchment back. Cross left, spins out of it. Liljegren plays it down into the corner quickly. Lost stick on the play. Bracco comes back to it and finds Liljegren one more time. Stepping off the wall, Bracco comes back over. Out front, the tip by Marchment. Never got a real good piece on it.
Yeah, and Marchment was in perfect position as, you know, I like the way Bracco buys time for Marchment to get there and get set with the stick on the ice, but he couldn't just capitalize on that opportunity of trying to redirect it past the goaltender, Marcus Hogberg.
Knocked back down the ice, and a good chance for the Senators to make the changes they want. Leafs have already made more than a few, and they follow up with the rest. Kovalev going to do it himself. He cuts back to the goal, and he puts it right on the goaltender, who makes the save. Here's Nielsen. Sharply down into the corner, turning. Grundstrom leaves this one back. Timashov looks in, likes to pass it. Does in that situation. Pospisil on the far side. Timashov got by it. Works the wall, looks in. Down low, out front, nothing there. Timashov looks back across. Nielsen, hard shot. Comes bouncing back off the end boards to Timashov. Far side looking for it. Nielsen getting in tighter, but he lost it. And now Suter plays it ahead. And here come the Senators. The shot misses and scoots its way all the way back around.
You know, the Senators do a good job defensively there, getting sticks in lanes and not preventing the Maple Leafs from getting that pass through the box.
Grundstrom, and then robbed is Timashov as Hogberg comes up with a big save on a strong play from Grundstrom and Timashov.
You're right. Marcus Hogberg with a terrific save as he has to scramble from his right to his left and get that left arm up as they turn the puck over. Grundstrom looking for Timashov, and he gets the opportunity to try and go up and over the glove of Hogberg, and he comes up with a dandy save to keep this a 2-goal advantage, only as they were in danger of the Ottawa Senators of allowing the Maple Leafs to get that 4th goal to get that lead back to 3. But it still stands at 3-1 as we're back to 5-on-5 action.
Dupuis puts it off the mask. Sharply back to the blue line. Liljegren lost it. He comes back to it. Pops at the blue line. Pikanich tries to bring it in. He does, but he ran out of about a foot of stick length there. Comes bouncing and bouncing its way back into the Leafs zone. Puck not willing to lay flat for anybody here as we're halfway into the 3rd period and a little bit more. Erkamps across the line. Lifted from him, but he cuts it off and gets at it again. Got a whistle on the play. Finds a way as Donaghey. Got the shot off, but it didn't get to the goaltender. Reaching back for it. Gordy turns around, and Duquette will step to the corner. Turning around, Rodewald plays it off to Perron. A little too sharply, perhaps. Back high to the line. Senators lose the zone themselves, and they back up with it. Rodewald brings it back. Suter with a shot that misses. Back to the far side. Donaghey. Moore looking for some space to run. Here comes Liljegren, the runner. Now Timothy Liljegren gets the crowd thinking. He tried to take the shot, but broke the stick in the process. Comes to the bench and gets a new one.
That's where you see the kid excel, where he knows how to jump into the hole to get the opportunity to start the rush offensively. And you know, he had a tough first game on Friday evening, but here in this contest. He's got an assist on the power play goal, and there you see his ability to jump into the play. And he's an excellent skater. He's only going to get better as he goes. And unfortunately, he breaks his stick as he tries to snap one there on the goaltender, Hogberg. But again, Liljegren using his legs to get up on the play, which is fun to watch.
Played all the way down the ice as the Maple Leafs trying to kill off another penalty. Here in the final game, in the final 6.5 minutes of the rookie tournament. Just 3 teams this year. Pittsburgh opted out, went to Buffalo. So each team got a couple of games. Everybody thinking that's enough. Turning around, getting it down low into the corner, back up and cut off as Koski gets it to the line, but not out. Turning it around. Lajoie right into the glove of Kaskisuo.
You know, Casimir Kaskisuo, a little bit of traffic out front. He's got to see through some bodies, but he makes sure he comes up with that save to get a whistle, and a face-off in the Toronto zone here. 6 minutes to play in this 2017 rookie tournament at the Ricoh Coliseum. Maple Leafs looking to come away with the victory, and all 3 teams would finish with a 1-1 record, but they still got some work ahead of them as they've got a 2-goal lead here over the Ottawa Senators. And shots 29-25 favoring the Toronto Maple Leafs as they are killing off this power play opportunity for the 4th time in the hockey game for the Senators. 1 minute and 3 seconds to go on the power play opportunity for the Senators, looking to see if they can close the gap even tighter.
They've carried the play here since the 4-on-4 that they had earlier in this period. Done a pretty good job of creating the pace. Well, they're down by a couple. Back at it. Martin Zirkles goes back after it. Round behind the goal. He'll try to get a little bit of time and space, and in fact he drew a penalty in the process. So with 27 seconds left to go, we're going to play 4-on-4.
Yep. Second effort by Zirkles draws the penalty to nullify the power play for the Ottawa Senators. And it's going to be Murray who goes to the penalty box. And 4-on-4 for 27 seconds, and then the Toronto Maple Leafs will head back to the power play in this 2-goal contest.
Off the draw, Timashov with some speed. Nice little escapability from Timashov. Nielsen plays it down to Travis Dermott. He is roughed off the puck, and now back the other way. 2-on-1. Timashov trying to get back quick. Kaskisuo can't stop that 2-on-1. And the Senators draw within 1 with Matteo Gennaro.
Well, you don't get pucks deep in the offensive zone, and in transition very quickly the Ottawa Senators come right back the other way. And I'll tell you, this is a play where Dermott's going to get the puck. He gets taken out, but he loses control of the puck. And coming back the other way, the Sens, they get a 2-on-1 type break, or 2-on-2. And I like the fact that Gennaro goes to the net hard, but the puck gets laid there, and he makes no mistake of shoveling it underneath that left pad of Casimir Kaskisuo. And Matteo Gennaro, the 7th-round pick from 2015, his 2nd goal in 2 games, and he's pulled the Sens within a goal. And the Toronto Maple Leafs now will head to the power play with 4.5 minutes to go in the contest, looking to see if they can get one of those goals they've given up here as they've closed the lead. It was 3-0 to start the period. It's now closed to 3-2. So the Maple Leafs making it a little difficult on themselves as the Senators have certainly gained some momentum.
Liljegren. Tense exchange there for the Maple Leafs on the power play now as they scramble to get it back out of their zone, but Bracco does calmly bring it across the line with Prostole. Liljegren, far side, looking in Dermott, who was trying to pick that top corner. Liljegren will have to come back to this one. Bracco gets it back. The crowd into it. He'll have to recover it as Andrew Nielsen sharply to Bracco. Through the middle and across the line. Bracco has help. Finds Karostalev. Up high on the line. Nielsen sharply to Dermott. Getting it back. Nielsen winds up. Doesn't take the shot. Calls for it again. Tight checking from Jaros. Here's Bracco behind the goal. Looking out front. Marchment. Has it. Rolls. Shoots. Blocked shot. Now we're back to 5-on-5. Little over 3 minutes to go. Dermott trying to hang on to that puck in the corner. Karostalev gets it back to him. Dermott, Karostalev, the shot from an odd angle. Skitters back out. That shot again comes at it. Turn around and a stop by Hogberg. Back out it comes. Backing up and moving it ahead. Here's Grundstrom down the right side. Leads it in. Dupuis tried to find it. Englund does. He turns around and looks up ice. Here come the Senators trying to tie this one up. The step around by Gagne. Kaskasuo plays it off along the near side. Timashov looking for it. Formenton sends it in. Gagne after it again as Duquette plays it back. Rassinen in his hands as he plays it back up ice. That one goes all the way into the Senator zone and quickly back comes Gagne. He turns, didn't have the puck, and then the little scoop by Timashov was kept in by Murray. Out front, Liljegren hangs on, trying to protect it on his backhand, turns around and finds a little help. Rassinen up ice, tipped in. After it quick is Pikanich. Out of the corner, lifts it to the goal, and it's knocked down. Back up ice, little tip along. Here's Formenton with a chance, looks back out front and never got it to where he wanted it.
Well, Dermott does a good job of buying some time as he goes down and stretches out and swings the stick around. Doesn't allow that puck to get through to the then player bearing down on the goal as Kaskasuo sees that puck slide right through the blue ice.
Out front, up top, scores! And the Sens tie it up. Minute 13 left to go in the third period.
I tell you, the Ottawa Senators, there's no giving up. And Filip Chlapik is the man who ties this game up. And, you know, they get one opportunity, then the Maple Leafs can't clear the puck out of the zone. They do an excellent job of keeping it deep. It's Drake Batherson who picks it up. He goes down below the goal line, the little backhand play, and he sees at the backside of the goal Filip Chlapik, and he makes no mistake. And Chlapik, who was fourth in the Quebec Major Junior Hockey League in scoring last year, 34 goals, 91 points. He makes absolutely no mistake on a bad angle off to the side of the goal. He gets in the perfect position and he chips it over top of Kaskasuo. And the Maple Leafs have allowed 3 consecutive goals to the Ottawa Senators. And we've got a tie game at 3 apiece with just over a minute to play here in the third period.
Up along the near side, Marchment turns around, lifted back into the zone. Gordy, Moore chips at it. Last minute of play here in the third period. Lifted back into center. Gordy upended. Turning around the center, Suter. Lost it, bringing it back across the line. Moore wants to get down into the corner after it. Played along to Jaros. Lifted back, Suter tries to capture it. Liljegren reaches back, he and Dermott. Suter works his way to the goal, but Dupuis is right there to make sure it doesn't get much further. Liljegren turns around, he and Dermott. Less than 20 seconds. Dermott looks ahead. Across the blue line he comes. He waits. Moves it along. Out front. Gets it back. Dermott, less than 10 seconds as it slides by Dupuis. Formenton works down the right side, but that is going to do it in regulation. If you keep track of these kinds of things, that means the Ottawa Senators have won the rookie tournament trophy is
yeah,
they are going to get a.
They're going to be at least one play, and they battled back, and you know they got that first goal from the defenseman on the play, Anders Englund, and then they just continued to battle from there, and the tying goal by Filip Chlapik with 1 minute and 13 seconds to play, and we're going to see some overtime to see who gets the extra point, and I'm sure the Maple Leafs have to be disappointed. There's no doubt about that, because you've got a 3-goal lead heading in the last 20 minutes of play. You would think that you're going to be able to bring that home, and they didn't quite get it done.
Not going to lie to you, Bob, I don't know what the rules are for rookie tournament overtime. I'm going to assume it's the same as regular overtime, though I kind of believe that you could just come out and have a shootout or something here and see what the result might be. They're going to play, I'm sure, 3-on-3.
Yeah, I think we are. The clock's got 5 minutes up on the board.
Do you think they had time to practice this? Do you think they had time to practice this in the 80-minute practice?
Opportunity to look at the third period goals for the Ottawa Senators, and Englund kicks it off. Anders Englund with the shot, eludes Kazimir Kaskisuo, and it's a 3-1 hockey game. And then you get the break. It's a 2-on-2 chance. Puck going to the goal, and number 57, Matteo Gennaro, shovels it underneath the right pad of the goaltender, Kazimir Kaskisuo, and then late in the contest, a nice little pass from number 78, Filip Chlapik bangs in the opportunity after Blake Batherson with a little backhand pass as he comes from down below the goal line, and he just feeds it through the top of the blue paint. And Chlapik makes no mistake about it, and the Ottawa Senators, with 3 unanswered goals in the third period, have tied this contest at 3 apiece as we get set for the overtime period.
Mason Marchment will take the draw against Logan Brown. Marchment wins it and then steps away. He's got Timashov going to the goal. Couldn't get the shot away. Liljegren out there as well. Jaros, Formenton. Jaros up ice, knocked down. Cross the line into the Leaf zone, but the Leafs have it. Timashov in behind his own goal. Steps away with it. Careful down the right side as Marchment. And then Timashov scrambles to bring it across the line. He does. Turns around. He's got Liljegren up high. Finds Marchment. Back to Timashov, and that slides toward the goaltender. He has to make a play on it. Nielsen comes out. Formenton spins around. They're going to try and make another change here for the Senators. They are. In fact, they're going to hang on to it back in their own zone as Logan Brown turns around, and he'll follow the play up, or is he going to go to the bench? Chlapik tries to cut back in. Fresh on. Batherson out front, and a great chance. Chlapik trying to be the game tire and the game winner. We got a penalty coming up here as Nielsen sends it down and around. The Senators a penalty in overtime. Lajoie ties it up, but
we're going to get a holding call against the Ottawa Senators, and it's going to be Filip Chlapik. No, it's number 79, excuse me, Drake Batherson, who gets the holding call as the Toronto Maple Leafs trying to come in across the blue line offensively on that 3-on-3 rush. And so we'll have a 4-on-3 power play here for Toronto with 3:35 to go in this overtime period. So a golden opportunity for the Toronto Maple Leafs to come away with the victory if they can make good with this power play chance.
Well, as I said, you don't have much time in a 80-minute practice on Saturday and a practice before that to talk about things like 3-on-3 and then 4-on-3 and then all the different permutations. You've just got to assume that the guys, once the puck is dropped, are going to have to stick to
Yeah, I mean, most of the
what they know.
Guys who've, play on the power play on a regular basis, whether it's at junior or college level, you get 4-on-3. that's what they like to feed off of. It. They get lots of time and space to try and make plays to end the hockey game. And this is one where you've got to make sure you move the puck quickly, tape to tape, make high percentage plays, and you should get a couple of real good looks to try and end this in overtime.
Comes back to the line. Nielsen finds Liljegren. Nielsen gets it back. Little pitch and catch between the two. Bracco back to Liljegren. Waits. Bracco out front. Sweeps at it. Cleaned up. No. Away it goes into the corner, and it is lifted back out into center.
Trevor Moore thought he was going to get that pass across the crease area off the stick of Jeremy Bracco, but then he ends up where it squirts free, and he just can't get the handle on it. And the Sens clear the zone.
Liljegren kicks it loose. Moore picks it up. Finds Nielsen. Nielsen drifts down and across. Here's Liljegren. Nielsen one time. The tip out front. Bracco tries to find it on the backside. Jeremy Bracco back to Nielsen. Looks in, winds up, hard shot. Stopped. As Hogberg comes up with a good one with a big blast from Andrew Nielsen.
Well, Marcus Hogberg, he's played 4 years with Linköping in the Swedish Hockey League, 19 and 14 last year, and then he played 3 games at the end of the year with Binghamton and not very much success. 0-3 and a 4.34 goals against and an 865 save percentage, but he's been good. He came in at the halfway point. It was 3-0. He hasn't allowed a goal against, and another big save off that 4-on-3 power play from the stick of Andrew Nielsen.
Timashov just eases that to Dermott. Nielsen looks in. Some experience out there. Nielsen winds up. Big shot. Side of the goal. Here comes Timashov. Backs it up. Comes high to the line. Looking for Nielsen. Dermott looks in. Takes a shot. A deceptive little shot he was trying there, but it didn't get by. Dermott calls it out again. Back over. Timashov looks in. Back to Dermott. Nielsen. Wrist shot. Ever so close.
Oh, that was one of those plays where you want to hit the net, but he's trying to be very precise there, and it goes wide and it bounces and loses the zone. So the clock's ticking down to 5 seconds left on this 4-on-3 power play.
Here's Timashov using the skates, and he fires it just wide. All the way back down the ice. Here's a chance for Batherson out of the box. Stopped by Kaskisuo. The toenail save to keep it at 3 apiece.
Now Jake Batherson, the 4th-round pick of the Senators in this past draft, 22 goals and 58 points with Cape Breton in the Quebec Major Junior Hockey League. He comes out of the penalty box and one right on his tape, and he's got the opportunity to be the hero for the Senators, and he's going to do the little dipsy doodle dandy, and Kaskisuo keeps that left pad down on the ice and gets that toe of the skate out in front of the goal line to not allow that puck to get by him. So inches away from the Senators being the champions of this tournament.
Well, they got that in their pocket anyway, but the Leafs are just looking for a win so that everyone picks up a win in this one. Liljegren trying to get it back out front to Marchment. In behind the goal. The Senators are going to pick that one up, and there's last minute of play here in the overtime period. Brown finds Gagne. Gagne's got room, but it dances off the end of his blade. Gets it back. Moved back out of the corner. Lajoie trying to find it. Marchment takes it away from him and then just gives it straight back. To make a change here or not. Marchment plays it ahead. Here's Bracco. Offside, and then a shot on Bracco.
Chlapik, they're getting into each other's grill a little bit there, but a good call by the official as Bracco was in ahead of the puck on that play. So the faceoff's going to come all the way back to just outside the Toronto Maple Leafs zone in the neutral zone. So 30.2 seconds to play here, 3-on-3. So last gasp at regulation or overtime before we head to the shootout to see if somebody can win this hockey game.
Cutting back in. Grundstrom looking for it. Pikanich hangs on, walks down into the corner. He's got some heavy opposition in Chlapik. Pikanich still with it though. Turns around out of the corner. Doing a pretty good job of hanging on to the puck, but time is a-ticking here. Grundstrom looks for it. And that is going to do it. Going to go to a shootout. The score tied at 3 apiece. The Leafs were up 3-0 after 40 minutes of play, but a third period push by the Ottawa Senators.
Well, exactly right. Is 3 unanswered goals by the Sens, and then you go to overtime. You have 5 minutes of 3-on-3, and the Maple Leafs draw a penalty, so they get.
Shooter. Comes Dmytro Timashov. Had a good year last year with the Toronto Marlies. Got some pro experience as he walks down Main Street. Comes out to the glove side, waits, shoots off the pads.
Well, a good save by Hogberg as he waits out Timashov as Dmytro comes down and tries to fake his shot and then go back between the legs. And Hogberg's not biting on the fake and the hold on to the puck before the shot move. And
Batherson had a good chance earlier to almost end the game. Tries it on the backhand and it's stopped by Kaskisuo.
Greg Batherson, as you said, he came out of the penalty box in overtime and had the opportunity one-on-one with the goaltender Kazimir Kaskisuo. And again, Kaskisuo comes up with a save, this time trying to go to the backhand was Batherson.
There's Jeremy Bracco coming in on the glove side, waits off the post.
Well, Bracco comes down and he's looking to, I thought he was going to go to his backhand to take the shot, and it looks like he beats the goaltender Hogberg, but it goes between the arm and the body, but out the other side as it goes off the goalpost and stays out.
There's Chlapik for the Sens. Shoots, stopped by Kaskisuo.
Well, Chlapik, the left shot coming down that left side and then trying to go back against the grain, and Kaskisuo throws the right pad out and keeps the Sens off the board.
There's Trevor Moore. Works it. Straight at it. Stopped.
Well, a good save by Marcus Hogberg as Trevor Moore comes down. And he's going to look to try and go up and over top of the glove hand of Hogberg. And he comes up with another good save.
Here comes Logan Brown. We talked him on top of the show. Can he end it? Not this time.
Well, Logan Brown, the first-round pick, 11th overall last year for the Senators, and he goes in, tries to go up and over top of the blocker glove of Kaskisuo, but he's high and wide, so we're going to see a defenseman get involved in the action. As Liljegren is looking to see if he can get the Leafs the lead.
Here he comes, tried to bring it back to the forehand, but it slid away on him.
Well, Timothy Liljegren comes down, and he's going to try and go back up and over the glove, and he just loses possession of the puck and doesn't get the kind of shot he would have liked.
There's Gabriel Gagne. Been a physical force in this one. Wants to end it. Couple of steps. It walks its way away.
Well, Gagne, who's 6'5", he's got the incredible reach, and he tries to get the puck out in front and then come back between the legs of goaltender Kazimir Kaskisuo, but he gets the stick down and prevent it from getting by him.
There's Carl Grundstrom. The extra chance. No way.
Well, I like Grundstrom comes in with speed and moving, stick handling going, trying to go up and over top of the blocking glove. And the goaltender, Hogberg, with another good save.
There's Pius Suter. Stopped by Kaskisuo.
Well, Pius Suter comes down a little casual and sort of half speed, and then he's going to try and go over the blocking glove of Kaskisuo. Doesn't come up with the shot he would have liked.
Here comes Nielsen. Up and over into the glass.
Well, you get back-to-back defensemen going for the Toronto Maple Leafs. Andrew Nielsen comes down, 14 goal scorer last year in the American Hockey League. He tries to go up and over top of the glove of the goaltender Hogberg, but he gets a piece of it and keeps him from scoring for the Leafs.
Here comes Lajoie. Scores! And it's over.
Well, Maxime Lajoie, the Quebec City native, finish things off, and the comeback for the Ottawa Senators. He scores between the pads of Casimir Kaskisuo, and the Ottawa Senators erase a 3-0 deficit after 40 minutes of play and come away with a 4-3 victory in a shootout against the Toronto Maple Leafs.